This is DM Bocephus from the Alangara Neverwinter Nights Persistent World. You can find us at www.alangara.dk, and I'm here to make a video on melee classes for the Alangara Rising server. If you've watched the other videos, or if you've been to our website, or you've been playing on Alangara, you're going to notice right away that casters have heavily updated overrides. So because of the way the mobs are in Alangara, your standard wizard would not stand a chance. So spells have been heavily buffed. And because of that, it's very tempting to play a caster type. So we wanted to make a video on why melee characters are also a valid option. So, I have a lot of characters here. I'm just going to make a new one. And I'm going to make my fighter a little different than most people make a fighter. Because I know how Alangara works. um, so I'm going to choose human. Because we get quick to master. It looks like we get an extra feat. But you can choose any of them. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go with elf. Because they've got keen senses, and I like keen sense. But I should probably go human. Human or elf is where I'm at today, anyway. So let's go with elf. Portrait. Let's see what looks like a melee class. They've added some new portraits. When you can't, when you don't want to actually have a picture of what your guy looks like, you can go with these sort of default sword and shield axe sort of stuff. I really don't care. I don't want to put a lot of time into customizing the character right here. Fighter alignment. We're just gonna go with neutral good, so that we can travel with a lot of people. Now here's our stats. Most people are going to dump as much as they can into strength for a fighter. I am going to dump some into strength, but I primarily want to do a dex build fighter so that I can use bows. And of course the weapon finesse feat. We need way more constitution. We want some hit points. And I'm not going to worry about maxing everything out right now, simply because there are enough stat boost quests in Alangara. There's 3 or 4 permanent stat boost quests. So we're not going to worry about that. We're trying to make a well-rounded character right now. If we get those boosts, there's a lot of epic gears that give you stat boosts, so there's no reason to not. I'm gonna leave these wisdom and charisma at a negative for right now. We've got 1 remaining point. We'll give it to Dex. Okay, packages. Default fighter is good enough for me. Customize, this is where you would choose your various heads, whatever you like. You can give your person tattoos. You can change the color of that. We're going to go with the default clothing. And we can generate name. I really don't care what the name is, but I don't like some of these elven names that I can't pronounce here. Galajuseth, that's fine. I can pronounce that. Here you can change your bio, so when somebody examines, you can see they can see what you have to say, and we'll just put this elf appears to have been in more than one fight. You can put RP. That'll let people know you're willing to roleplay with them if they come on. Alangara is a roleplay server. It's a casual roleplay server, meaning if you accidentally screw up and say something out of character, we're likely not going to ban you from the server and take away all your epic gear. We're not that. You know, it's not that strict. You do want to try to stay in character. It'll make your experience more exciting on Alangara. And it may also earn you some DM rewards if there's if we're on and creeping about. So uh, that's something else to bear in mind. And a DM reward can be pretty good. I mean, really Terrason mostly leaves that up to the DM. So you may be able to get an extra something that you're not supposed to have, or something that may not even be in the game anymore, and you're the only one that has it, and that's always a fun roleplay device. So when we get to our OOC area, again, we have a lot of signs on spell changes, the gods, farm rules, which we're going to go over in another video soon. Probably forge rules, maybe. Uh, Here's the override files. You're going to want to have those. The override files generally, unlike some worlds, the override files will generally boost your character and not take things away from them, so you do want them, even if it will let you join without them. Class rules. Let's see what it has. I'm in mind to multi-class for this character. And I'm just going to go through the rules. You may not see it that well. Sometimes when these windows pop up in the videos, you can't really see. And I'm just looking. I don't think there shouldn't be any restrictions on the type of character that I'm making. But even if there were, um, it's not that big of a deal. If you have a good RP reason for something and one of these signs confuses you, or you don't think you're allowed to do something, be sure to contact us on our forum. Chances are, if you have a good roleplay reason, we're going to let it happen, we're going to let it fly, or we're going to come to some sort of compromise with you. This is important. The OOC area, once you go through it, you cannot get back to it again until there's a server reset. Right now, I'm going to bug Terrason to put some sort of portal in or some way to get back here. So when you make a new character, click on this PC scrying device. I have a bunch in my inventory usually because people always forget to do this, and then of course they want it later on and they can't get back to the OOC area. The PC scrying device lets you port to a party leader. It lets you display who's on the server right now, and I am actually the only one on the server, so the world is my oyster, so to speak. I can do whatever I want. I can run around Castle Balder naked. I can, dance, whatever I need to do, I can do it. Let's go through. If you watch my introduction to Cleric video, a lot of this stuff is going to be redundant. You'll have seen it already. So I'm kind of gonna skim through a lot of this because yeah, you may have already seen it. So the first NPC we're going to meet in here is the Prophet. The Prophet's going to tell us a little bit about the lore of the Inner Realms, Alangara, where we are, and it's going to tell us about sort of in character about good and evil and some PvP rules. It doesn't actually give you rules as much as it says, it tells you that one thing we don't like is endless PvP. If your characters have a beef and you decide to PvP and you want to PvP, that's fine. You can do it. But please don't be chasing each other through the inner realms, through Alangara, killing each other non-stop. Unless you do have some good roleplay reason for it, if you want to have a warring faction or something like that, then of course we can discuss that with Terrason and get it in there. The second NPC is Carlana. She is basically our way of getting you to level 3 with some gear. So let's talk to her. She's going to talk about the cave. She's going to give us a quest to do to kill the menacing rat. Which is just up ahead, so this is the point where I should put on some gear. You'll notice the maximum dexterity bonus is 4, and I'm probably at my limit already. Oh no. I can have one more dexterity. Oh, here's the menacing rat. Oh no, menacing rat. I missed the menacing rat. There we go. So what we're going to want to do is probably wait for this to despawn. Spawn up its remains bag. This quest, we probably should alter it to just give you the rat pelt when it kills, or to give the whole party the rat pelt on death. Alright, we got the rat pelt. So we're running back to Carlana. Change my view a little bit. He always likes it when I'm in this static cam view, which is kind of tough for me to play in. Oh, she doesn't want the rat pelt. Maybe I chose the wrong... I chose the wrong... Very well. I shall return once the task is complete. I completed it. I have the rat pelt to prove it. Okay. So just killing the rat got us to level 2 here. What I'm going to do is choose rogue this time. So we're making a fighter rogue. Now, when you multi-class in Alangara, you have to have at least 6 levels of each one. So when I'm done with this character, when I get to, I think, level 40, I've got to have at least 6 rogue levels and at least 6 fighter levels. I can't take one fighter level and do some sort of weird power build just because I get an extra feat or something like that. Of course, we want tumble. 5 points we'll put right in there. I'm going to go with 1, use magic device. For now, we'll go with open lock just in case we run into some chests. I always like to have 1 in heal. In case you get diseased, you can use a heal kit, and that usually takes care of it. Okay, so you can see we got weapon proficiency rogue and sneak attack 1 to 6. So even though I didn't pop a lot into strength, we're going to have sneak attack on this character. And if you look under our damage here, I don't know how well this window will display. I already have +5 magical damage because of those override files I was talking about earlier. Rogues get +5 to magical damage. Alright, so Carlana had that quest for us. She's also going to have another one. How may I be of service? She wants you to go to the castle and buy her a flute. Okay, so she's going to give us 5,000 gold pieces to do that. The next is basically the run to Castle Balder to get the flute for Carlana. But she's also given us a widget called Druid's Home Token, which will allow us to port right back here. And I hope I'm going the right way. Our world builder, Tershawn, loves a maze, loves a labyrinth, so it's always smart to have your map up when you're in a new area to see where you are. This one happens to be uncovered, so we're good. Also, you'll see from time to time there are map signs outside an area. If you click on those maps, it will generally open up the entire area for you. Okay, we're in Little Park. Here's one of those maps. So when I click on this, this whole map in the left of my screen should uncover. Oh, great. Okay, Castle Baldur's where we want to go, and it's at the very south of this map. If you're confused about what quest to do or where to go next, you can talk to this fortune teller, and there's some dialogue there that will tell you what to do. Since I've done all these quests 100 times, I'm not going to stop and talk to her today, just in the interest of saving some space on the video. It's generally good now we're going into Castle Baldur the Plaza. It's generally good practice to put your weapon away. I don't want to quick slot this awful weapon. So we're just going to unequip that. She wanted us to buy a flute from Linda. Linda is the merchant here in the square. But before we do that, it's always good to get the stone from Sigurd Stormfist in the Hero's Rest. It will let you port back to the inn, and you will use it a lot. So we're just going to go through the dialogue, which I know probably looks terrible. I'm not going to read each piece of it to you. I just want to get the stone that lets us port back. Porting is one option, but it also casts unlimited expeditious retreat, so we can run around a little faster. So I will do one quick slot for expeditious retreat and one for porting back to the inn. Because this is where everybody will port to, this is where a lot of people will be hanging out. Later on, you'll definitely run into other adventurers here. So if you like to roleplay, or you want to look for a group, this is a great place to do it. So now let's go find Linda. Linda. Thank you, and let me see the merchandise. Alright, here's the flute for 1 gold piece. Obviously, this quest is just designed to get you some money to buy some starting gear. Most of the early quests are not that well, actually a lot of them are to give you 10,000 or 5,000 gold pieces at a time. So let's use the home token. Where am I running? There we go. This will take us back to Carlana with the flute. Turn it in. And boom, another level up. So we're already up to level 3. We're going to go back and choose a fighter level now. I think we'll put all of our points into discipline. Well, as much as it would. Let's put 1 or 2 into lore. Okay. I think we're going to go sword and shield, so we're not really looking for ambidexterity. But weapon focus is fine, or weapon finesse. So, yeah, we're doing a dex build. We're definitely going to want weapon finesse. So we'll pick that. I'll pick cleave as well. So we got cleave and weapon finesse. Let me read the dialogue here. She now tells us to go see Tobias, who has some quests for us, and we'll do that. But before we do, I'd like to go back and get some gear and show you some of the gear. All right. Back at the Hero's Rest, I poured it into a wall, it looks like. We're going to go visit some of the merchants and some of the places around town before we go help Master Tobias. There's a quest you can pick up from Jorgen the Skinner. He tells you to go to the sewers and get the flute from Boris Katterson. And it tells you the recommended level here is 6+. So we may not want to do that one yet. That can be a pretty nasty little area. And we haven't done the Tobias stuff yet. So we could very well die if we try to do his quest right now. One thing I'm always telling people as a DM to do is go to the library. A lot of people say, hey, where do I do this? How do I get this quest? How do I know if I did this bounty? If you have questions like that, the library is oftentimes the best place to go. You can talk to the librarian or the Arcanum mage, or Arcanum librarian, and you can see a list of quests and bounties that and if I want to know if I've done any of these, I can click on them, and it will say this is still available, or you've already completed this. So that's a good way to keep track, as the journal does not update with quests and bounties right now. Merlin. He's going to tell us some lore stuff about the Inner Realms and what happened. Hello there, enjoying the library? He's here on official business, trying to discover things about a cryptic rod. Cryptic rod, you'll be discussing a lot in game, and where to go to properly activate it and use it for its proper intended function. It's a bit tricky. There's a few different places. Let's see if it gave me one. No, no it didn't. I may be too low level right now, but we'll go back. This is Aaron's Forge. It's called Aaron's Wonders, actually, but it's the forge where you would add damage to a weapon, or you'd add properties to your armor, or whatever you want to make. We don't want to talk to him yet. Test Smithy, and if I recall, he got pushed out. He's should be in this little area by the anvil, but he's standing over here today, so we'll have to make allowances for that. Let me have a quick look. Um, what kind of armor do I have? Studded leather. That's fine for me. But I can also use a tower shield. I don't really like his options. So we can go inside and see Morgaloin, I think his name is. Morgaloin Smithy. And we'll just run down here. Talk to Morgaloin. Yes, I'd like to see what you have for sale. Okay. Yes, +1, +2. I thought he had a +3 tower shield as well. Oh, he does. It's more money than we have, I believe. Yeah. So, let's grab the +2 because it'll leave us with a little bit of gold. We're gonna stick with this short sword for right now because we have weapon finesse. We're using our dex bonus to hit. And if we go with something too big, I don't think weapon finesse is gonna work. Alright, so we're out the gate, and now we want to show you some other things you can do in the city. One of the things and I'll remind you again when we get to foraging, is don't add flame weapon to a weapon. There's only so many properties you can put on a weapon in Alangara. If you waste a slot with flame weapon, you're going to be traveling in a party with mages that have it. And you can also buy Alchemist Fire from the magic shop in town. And that's what we're going to do right now. Oh, this armor looks terrible. It looks like a huge diaper. Oh well. We're not trying to win any fashion awards today. Let's see what you have for sale. So here's a regen belt. Wow, he wants 5,000 gold for 1 regeneration. We're not going to do that. One thing we're going to do is go to the miscellaneous tab, and here is some special alchemist fire that costs 30 gold pieces. Somebody's been here selling some bounty parts. We don't want to buy any of that stuff. We're going to get it on our own. Okay. We'll buy 10 of these. Alright, so we got some alchemist fire. Where else are we going to go? We could buy a bow. Again, this character is built with dexterity rather than strength. So a bow is going to be a good choice for him, but we're not going to get that right now. There is an archery shop over here, but I'm running low on gold. I want to show you some other options. So we're going to run back to the area we were just in because I forgot to show you the museum. The museum really doesn't have, I guess it has one quest in it. It has a quiz in it. But it's going to show you some of the stuff, especially some of the beginning monsters that you would be fighting. So let's go over here. She'll offer us a quiz. You can ask about the prize. I'm just going to pick take the quiz. I'm ready to take the quiz. Evil in the Swamp. Ross Botanique. Fast food and drinks. Alright, so I just went through the quiz. I didn't give you the answers. If you can see it on your screen, then it's a giveaway. Then you will know the answers and be able to get that free 750 XP. We're not worried about it. You can have it if you've gone to the trouble to watch the video. Okay, so Celine, the bartender here, has various food. Museum's nectar has a regenerative property. I don't know exactly what that regen is or for how long it lasts, but we'll buy one. Museum's pie. Stamina. Strength and stamina when eaten. So we'll try it once we get into an area where we're going to be fighting. We don't want to waste it in the museum here. But to show you what I'm talking about, you're not going to be fighting those golems as a beginning, but my conoid spores, and it will tell you that they're in the abandoned sewer. You can read the sign about them. It tells you to get healing kits, so you know you may get diseased in the sewer. These are in the same place, a little deeper in the sewer. Mushrooms that you fight. Low forest goblins or gloomy forests. Nearby forests, it just says. There's all kinds of different goblins and goblin riders in the forest. Fairly low level area, and then we get into some Fogmore stuff. Fog shredders, fog shredder hunters, fog shredder scouts, fog shredder this, fog shredder that. There's a couple different types. Alright, so this is a lot of walking. Let's use our stone that'll take us back to the hero's rest. And we'll go to the next part before we do the Tobias quest. Is the Temple of Shantou. Be a good thing to show people new to Alangara. And I just want to pop over and make sure the video is still recording and I haven't run out of space or some other thing. Good. Looks like this is recording. So what level are we now? Let's see, 3. Well, on our way to 4, we'll take another rogue level at 4. Pop another point into dexterity. We've got some people walking their dog, and I think his dialogue is basically, leave me alone, I'm walking my dog, but maybe he'll have something later on. Right, before we go into the temple, I want to show you some of these, the Abattoon of Gaia, some of these Gaia quest lines. How may I be of service? I shall give it a look. We'll just talk to all of them. I won't spoil it for you. I will let you read all this stuff. Okay. Must be level 12 to start the quest. So we can't do the Gaia quest lines right now. But we're going to pop in to this temple. this is where you're going to buy your res scrolls, some of the basic healing potions. A lot of custom potions in Alangara, so I wouldn't load up too much on the standard stuff. Uh, but how much gold do we have? I think serious wounds is fine for here. Hopefully we don't need it. Um, I'm just going to buy a couple healers kits as well, so that we can heal if we need to. Alright. Activate item. We're going to run back and do Tobias's quest. Um, Here I am stuck on walls, trying this static cam view. There's no reason to be running around this slow. I can just use my token to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, speed myself up. And when I edit this video, I may put some of these sections and, I may fast forward them so the walking around is less. So if your video all of a sudden speeds up and we end up at the destination, you'll know that there's a little magic going on there. Tobias is in the northeast corner of this map. This is little park. There's a lot of little forest, little parks, city park. So make sure you're going to the right area. Obviously, Tobias's cottage is only going to be in one of those locations. And little quest spoiler to start you out. The first place you have to interact with the cryptic rod I was talking about earlier is here. So there's a little giveaway for you. Okay, Tobias. Talk to Tobias. Are you perchance Tobias? Yes. Foul forces the undead. Carlana told me you required some help. Creaking Pine Glade. It would be a pleasure to destroy these undead. So he gives us a rope to get across the chasm. Okay, so we've got Tobias's mysterious rope, and he tells us to go to the cave, kill 2 undead for their rings, and bring them back to him. And I'll just let you know, they're okay rings for low level. They have regen on them. They're supposed to be cursed, so he won't talk to you if you're wearing them. But after you complete the quest dialogue and get your reward, it's probably a good idea to pop those rings on until you have something better, because they will give you regeneration. And they'll work fine for you until you have enough gold to buy a nicer ring at Magics and Mysteries, where we got the Alchemist Fire. Alright, so we're going to go right outside the cave, which is over here. And we're going to rest. Since we don't have regen right now, we've got to keep an eye on our health bar. Because it's really easy to die. So we've got our light wounds, we've got 3 serious wounds, we're good on healing potions. We did buy some alchemist fire, so heck, let's pop it right on this weapon. It's not going to do tons and tons of damage right now, but you know, we got the 5 magical from being a rogue and the weapon damage, and now we got a little bit of flame damage, so we should be perfectly fine in here. We got our big tower shield. I don't make many characters that use shields, so. Alright. So we killed that skeleton. And they're not really going to rush us much in here. It'll get a little more intense down below. Alright. I think once I got all the rings before I got to the place where the old rope is used. Alright. Alright, so we go over here. The mysterious rope pushes us over the chasm. And now we're in the ancient city where there's more skeletons that await us. And basically we have to run around this ancient city until we get all the rings. Killing skeletons. So, this may look boring. Maybe I'll try to. No, I won't do that because it could be copyright. I'm gonna say maybe I'll fill in this with some music or something. You don't want to hear me just ramble on inanely about Alangara while I run around and kill skeletons. These rings should automatically pop right into my inventory when one drops. I don't have any yet. Of course, because I'm doing a video, it's going to take 90 years to get the rings. We'll just run around here. A friend of mine has just joined the server. Oh yeah, they did spawn up behind me. So we're doing pretty good, damage-wise and health-wise. So we have 34 hit points. None of these have really damaged us yet. That's what we want. Keep spinning the camera a little to see if I'm got a line of them chasing me. Let's go up here. See what we can see. There's a gate to somewhere. Open. Oh. Just been critical hit on us. I think we can stand another hit or two. Alright, I saw we got at least one ring. Oh, we got them both. So, we'll put them on just so you can see it regen the health if you look at the red health bar over here. Or the yellow messages, you'll see that I'm healing 1 hit point now because I'm wearing those rings. Now, Tobias will not talk to you. If you're wearing the rings, they're cursed items that he does not like. So, we're... did it... Should still be regenning. Oh, there we go. I don't know if I probably had a little bit of lag there. That happens. Use the token. He was nice enough to give us the token that'll take us back to his house. And we're in the wall. Oh, see, I told you. When you wear him, he screams at you to get out. At least he doesn't beat you down with that staff he's holding. Here are the rings, my thanks, and likewise. So now we've got another level up. Try and level up kind of evenly here. We're going to pop these rings on. Now we'll always have a little bit of light and a little bit of regen, like I said. We got some gold. So we could buy an amulet or some boots. Let's see, what levels did I pick so far? We've got 2 fighter and 1 rogue. So we're going to pick a rogue level. And we're going to pop another point into dexterity. Basically, I just wanted enough strength to carry around the tower shield. But strength and, or dexterity and constitution are going to be where I'm concentrating. Tumble. Always want as many as you can. We'll do some use magic device. Praise is not used on this server, so we're not going to worry about that. 5, open lock, disable trap. We'll pop 1 or 2, 1 in there. We're not going to see many traps at this low level. Search. And we got evasion as a feat. Good stuff. I believe he has another quest for us. Oh. I put the rings on again. Keep telling you guys not to wear the rings and I'm doing it. Thanks for your help. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe we get that other quest from the temple. Alright, so I've done a lot of talking in your ear and shown you the basic quests. We're going to do some more quests on this character. We're at what, level 5 now, level 4? Level 4. At level 10, some interesting things start to happen in Alangara. You get access to the forge, so we're going to show you that. And you can buy a farm as well. So I'm going to show you both of those things, and we're going to go over the rules for them. Even though they're on signs, people tend to not read the signs. You know, we're hoping that our players that maybe are at work can watch one of these videos on a break or something like that if they're curious about farm rules or forge rules. But we'll cross that bridge of making those videos when we get to it. We're only level 4 right now, so that's going to be it for this video. I don't want to make it too long. I'm going to try to edit out some of it and shorten it down a bit. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, subscribe. That way you'll be notified as soon as a new video comes out. I gave the website address in the beginning of the video. It's alangara.dk. You can also apply to be a member of our Facebook group uh, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, be sure to hit up our forums, send them to Terrason or send them to myself, and we will try to get them answered for you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching.